Hi guys, welcome to another webinar of WriterZen. I'm very excited to share with you this webinar because it's been a long time coming and we have in such a short time we have incredible updates lined up, and I just figure we have um, domain focus, domain filter, DA, domain authority number, and then weak spot. So all of those are very exciting, and also at the same time it's quite complex kind of updates. So it's a combination of all of them. I mean, if each of these updates stand alone, those would be not so, it's easy to understand. But I mean, when it all come out together, it's sort of like create this complex combination between all of this update. And I think when it comes to complex situation, one of the key things we want to do is that we want to boil it down to different use case. So that's exactly what we are going to do today. And a few different use case. I think the first things when it comes down to keyword research and clustering is you want to be able to understand a deeper um, uh, kind of layer of your keyword, and so you can therefore come to your conclusion. What do you want to focus on to optimize? So few outcomes. The first outcomes that you can expect, first of all, obviously with Keyword Planner, they are you get to cluster keyword with different SERP position. Those are the top and foremost. You want to understand your consumer insight. So, for example, the way we design it, you are able to label keyword in different qualitative aspects, so you understand consumer insight. Third would be understanding your competitor ranking. So those will be domain filter, and different landscape, who are the best sort of competitor in there. And then now with all of this new update, you are able to identify a bunch of new concept, which is a keyword gap. So a content gap and keyword gap. So content gap, keyword gap, actually there are a few ways for you to determine this. When people say content gap is quite large of a concept that I think we want to be able to break down in this webinar. The first would be you versus the top 10 best competitor in the keyword list that you target. That way you want to know what are the topic they are actually ranking for, and you need to be able to cover those topics in order for you to kind of tell Google you are the competitive, you have the domain authority in this subject. So those are the first content gap, the gapping between you and then the top 10. And then the you versus all of your current cluster that you are ranking for in the keyword list that you're targeting. So those are the second one. By knowing those, you will be able to know what cluster you could instantly improve and what cluster you can you can put different kind of effort level into that, which we will go through soon in this webinar. And finally, it is you versus all the quick wins keyword. I mean, this is beside just weak spot that we provide. There's low DA, and then there's also golden score. So you want to combine all of that concept all together, and create a list of all of your opportunities / quick wins keyword. Very fast, very efficient. And all of this I will try to accomplish in today's webinar, and it will be the demo for the new updates, and then also I will showcase the details of definition of UX UI. I mean, even for me now, things get quite complex that I need to that I figure this webinar is very needed for you guys. Before I start though, it would be great if you could share this webinar on your Facebook and just tag us, simply tag us, and leave your email in the comment, right? We just built a new SEO audit guide checklist. So this is an essential, very detailed guide for your SEO audit. Everything when it comes down to when you do your SEO process, you have to do on page, off page, everything I say from the beginning to the end of an SEO project, you will need to constantly keep up with your audit checklist. That is the checklist that we provide, and it's super detailed. My team have worked really hard to collect this data from all over the internet. I mean, it's from multiple different data points. It's from SEMrush, it's from Ahrefs, it's from SE ranking, so all the big names. And we try to combine them all together and we put in one single simple SEO audit guide checklist. So help us to just share the webinar on Facebook and tag us with it, and leave your email in the comment section below, and we will send you the SEO audit guide checklist. All right, so that's the I mean, I get a bunch of feedback from you guys that the last time we do a bit more chit chat. So this time we go directly to the business. So hope you guys are ready. So let me share the screen here real quick on my, we got window. All right, now you can see my screen, get into, so for the title of this webinar, uncover content gap, identify quick wins, keyword, and fast track your ranking by 10 times. And I mean it literally. So the agenda today, like I was sharing earlier, it's going to be the demo. We'll go through a quick demo. And then we're going to go through three very detailed use case, right? The first would be identify content gap to win your topical authority, identify your content gap to quick wins, for quick wins to gain traffic really quickly, and identify content gap to optimizing your current ranking keywords. These are all content gap. These are all finding gap between you and then others, between you and then your competitor, between you and then all of the domain that are weaker ranking for the keyword that you're targeting. So those are all of the key things that we can focus on today. Okay, first of all, let's go to domain filter. I mean, sort of demo. Let me go over some of the new update first. So the first update, we were able to we finished building, I think, within this month as well. The first update in the last webinar I did was domain filter. So in domain filter, obviously you see now that you are able to detect if you import in a list of keyword, 2,214 keyword. Let me check on the keyword domain views here. These are all the keyword views. In this keyword views now, if you input your keyword in, we have the domain filter also in here for you. So in domain filter, you'll be able to see and detect what are your top competitors and how much market, how much search volume they capture, how many keywords they capture, how many URLs they use to capture those keywords, a weighted rank of those keywords that they are ranking for. So these are very helpful sort of filter, and it now apply across all view of keyword planner, keyword view, as well as cluster view. The second thing is we introduced to you an improved view of our keyword view. So in the keyword view now, in every keyword, you'll be able to see the topic and the cluster it belongs to. By clicking and any of this will drive you to the cluster itself over onto the cluster view. So just nice little update for you to actually see where the keyword and where it belongs. And all the data now presented you in this in a very clear manner. The third update we did is we introduced a new bottom bar metrics button. So the first, as you can see, all of the move, add to list, export, and delete, this type of action are now move into this one single button down here. We introduced a new feature called domain focus. So now you can do domain focus, forecast, and cluster from down here as well. And finally is different metric activation. So we have two metrics now you can activate. The first is golden score. So import a list of keyword in here, activate your golden score metrics. The metric will actually show in here for you, own title and golden score. And finally is DA score activate. So we will actually show you the domain authority scoring of each of the keywords. So as you can see here, there are low DA and high DA number. And you click on each of the keyword, you will be able to see the sub overview of each keyword here. Remember those, for each DA matrix activate, it will cost you 5 keyword credits. Slightly more expensive is because we are actually unplugging with our third party. So therefore we charge you on your keyword credit instead of charging you, create a new credit for you guys. All right. So if you run out of credits, you can actually activate buying one-time credits in our pricing page. So those are easy to do. Now, with the introduction of activation of new metrics like DA score, you are now have a new features called DA score range on the filter as well as weak spot, right? A quick revamp of definition, what is weak spot? Weak spot essentially means that we detect a keyword with their result page over here that contain website that has domain authority below 30. So below 30 for us is a weak spot. So if a keyword that have multiple weak spot, you can say that that's the keyword that easy for you to actually target. So for example, I click on here and I set mean weak spot of 3, click apply, and right away you'll be able to see there's keyword like this, which is nutrition plan maker, that are 2004 in search volume, and yet they contain 5 weak spot that ranking in this particular keyword. So it's one of those keywords you could right away see why it is a weak spot keyword. Since all the keywords that are ranking on the top, they are not very high in domain authority. So that is another features that you can actually do. With this kind of filter, you could actually do weak spot and search volume, for example, minimum 1000, to find keyword with high search volume and yet, high in weak spot. So keyword with high search volume, for example, any of these keyword that actually have a very weak, domain are ranking on the top. So instantly you'll be able to see, okay, these are the keyword that I actually could optimize for. As you can scroll down, you'll be able to see Amazon even get on top over here, and it shouldn't be, right? So again, just another combination of what you can play around with weak spot versus search volume versus, DA, and so on and so forth. All of that available in your filter. These are all available here in filter. If you need anything, just add on to the filter and activate those. Okay, same thing that appear over here with cluster view. You also now have weak spot, but in the cluster level, and you also have DA in each of this level. So with that, with that alone, you are now seeing there's so many different ways for you to identify different lists of keyword. You want to have keyword that are quick wins. There are so many ways for you to identify those quick wins, right? You could use golden score combined with weak spot, combined with search volume, and there it is, you have. Or you can use domain filter to actually filter out keyword that have top ranking domain have DA of like below 30. So you see, oh, I want to know every keyword that have domain authority ranking on the top 1 to 3 that are below 30. So weak domain authority, you can do that. Or you want to see all the keyword that actually have the top ranking position that are social media, you can also do. So there's so many ways for you to do it. But how do you optimize your strategy? Finding opportunity keyword and quick wins are one of the use case we will walk through today. But before we get through that, let's focus on a little more of what else we can do and why we do what we call domain focus. Domain focus essentially is a features where it allows you to see the performance of a single domain in a list of all the cluster and topic that you see. For example, if you click on domain focus and you click Healthline, focus on domain, you will see the performance of Healthline on all of these keyword and cluster. What do you see here? Well, the first thing you will see is this number over here, 2/6. 2/6 mean that, if I click on it, 2/6 mean that in this cluster, meal plan diet, diabetes, Healthline cover 2 keyword out of the 6 keyword that they can rank for. So over here, they have ranked for meal plan type 2 diabetes and free diabetic diet plan to lose weight. The rest, they have no ranking. So seeing this and seeing there's the bar down here, as you can see, there's a little bar down here. The blue area is the area that show how much traffic that they or how much search volume they are able to capture out of the total potential search volume. As you can see here, this is the blue number as are the volumes of the keyword that they capture, which is meal plan type 2 diabetes and free diabetic diet plan to lose weight. So 3,380 search volume, but the total potential key volume search that they can capture is actually 62,000. So they are missing out on a whole lot of more keyword that they can do. So as you can see here, healthline.com ranked 5.6, which is the average ranking, weighted rank. So that's the 2 keyword over here. And from the average ranking to the total search volume capture to the amount of keyword that they capture, you instantly have a sense of what you want to do next. For example, if I'm Healthline, I look at this, I'll be like, wow, I need to focus on this article that I'm ranking for which is number 6. And I need to include all this, or I need to write another article that I am able to kind of really focus on this keyword as well, so that I can be able to build that one single article that cover all of this. And I want to capture more search volume in this single cluster, right? So as you can see, this and this actually are not the same. So they could even do another work where they can combine these two together and then optimize it with the rest of the keyword and make it easier for Google to understand. Okay, so those are the power right away with domain focus. So again, you can see for keyword like meal plan, lose fat, gain muscle. Okay, lose fat, gain muscle meal plan. The total search volume is 40,000, but in this cluster, Healthline cover all of them. Look at that. Healthline performs superbly well with this cluster, so well that they cover all 27 keywords and they cover all 40,000 search volume over the 40,000 potential search volume they could. So as you can see here, this is amazing performance. Not only that, their average weighted rank is 3.2, meaning that majority of all this keyword, they actually are having very good ranking, right? So you want to be in this position. You want to be able to see all this cluster. So with this, right away, that's the first use case of this domain focus. You then will be able to see, for example, all the keyword, all the cluster. You want to see now all the cluster out of all this cluster that are you ranking, that are you rank for, but you don't rank all of them yet. So for example, I want to know all the cluster that look like this. The cluster that I rank for one keyword and I'm missing 5 keyword. And then I basically lose out like 7,000 search volume. I want to know this, I want to know about this one. Or like this one, I'm missing out this detox diet meal plan while I'm ranking number 1 on the other two. I'm missing out 2,000 search volume. So what I'll do is I click on domain. I click on domain filter over here. I click on Healthline. I add this filter. I add this domain in the filter. And I want to show include cluster that healthline.com rank for a part of a cluster. Okay, what does this all mean? Any keyword versus a part of a cluster versus all keyword. Well, any keywords mean we will show you all clusters that healthline.com have ranked for, including cluster that they rank fully, which is like this cluster over here. They rank all 2 keyword out of the whole cluster, or cluster that they rank a part of it, right? So that's all together, any keywords, doesn't matter what, a part of cluster mean that the tool will only show you cluster that you rank for some of the keyword in the cluster, meaning these are the group of cluster you want to focus on, or your effort to optimize it to win the rest of the traffic that come from that cluster. And all keywords mean that the tool will only show cluster that Healthline rank for all of the keyword, meaning it's like showing only this. So I can show you the difference between each. All keyword, for example, click apply, and here it is. You see all of this cluster that they rank perfectly well already, right? And from here, you can even do by weighted rank. So if you look at weighted rank, the first thing is, okay, I rank for all this cluster. Every cluster I rank really well, but some cluster, my ranking is low, and I want to optimize on that. That's the first optimization work you can do. Look for all the cluster that you already have ranking, that you rank really well, and you order them by weighted rank. From here, you'll be able to see, okay, with this group, for example, I'm ranking 8 and 9. What can I do to improve my ranking? Right away. What can I do so I can improve my ranking? Click on it. You go into your URLs over here, and then you start to, work on your content. You improve your content. You grow in your content. Let's look at the URL over here. As you can see here, they just need to change a little bit for this one. This one said a high protein diet plan to lose weight and improve health. All they need to do is to write another article or improve this article and change it to 100 protein a day meal plan for your everyday work. That's it. Because look, everything else, they have, 100-gram protein meal day plan. All Healthline need to do now is to improve just the title, and maybe they already gain their ranking, right? So same with, for example, this keyword. They have already ranked meal plan 500 calories a day, and you click on it, I'm 100% sure 7 things to know about 500 calorie diet. They can change this, right? They can change this to meal plan 500 calories a day and instantly improve their ranking for their cluster. Okay, so incredible use case. So to improve this cluster. Sorry, give me 1 second. All right. So that's the first way for you to optimize your content. Is, again, let me go over really quick. Look for keyword. First of all, focus on the domain that you want to work on, which could be your domain, with the keyword list that you already target. All right. So this is your domain. You target in, you look into it, and then you filter out all the cluster that your domain have ranked, and it's all keyword. Okay. And then you can go in here and then start sort them by weighted rank. And from the weighted rank, you will be able to see which cluster that are underperforming. And whichever is underperforming, you then will go in there and take a look, and then you see how you can optimize that. Okay, so that's the first use case. All right, sorry guys for the interruption. It's the new year in Vietnam, so there's things that jump in on my to-do list. Okay, come back to the use case number 2, now that we cleared the use case number 1. So still on the topic of optimizing your content of your focus keyword, the second thing you can do is you click on domain rule, but same thing, all you need to do, go to a part of a cluster. Click on a part of cluster, apply change. Now, what the tool does is it will show you all the cluster that you only rank a part of it, right? For example, now I'm going to go into capture volume. So in the capture volume here, as you can see, they are clustered. For example, the first thing I will look at is all the cluster that I'm already very dominant in it, meaning that I sorted by capture volume, meaning that I want to see the amount of volume of keyword search that I already capture. And then it typically means that the amount of keyword in that cluster that I'm able to capture. For example, this cluster over here, healthline.com are capturing 5 out of 7 keyword. Okay, so because of this amount, I'm basically get the amount of capturing keyword quite high. So the first thing I want to see is I want to see this. But then from here, I know that I have a very good shot of, if I just go into each of this, and the first thing I'll optimize is I will optimize to get the rest of the keyword, right? So I can, because it's going to be an easy optimization. I look at it, what are the range, what are the ranking? 2000, as you can see, a 2000 calorie diet, full list and meal plan. Perfect title for this keyword, but then this one is not included maybe in my content. So I want to investigate by going to that content and check whether or not I actually target these 2 keywords or not. If I don't, I want to include in that. And I want to then refresh the content and then resubmit it to Google, reindex them, and resubmit it to Google and tell them that, hey, I'm now refresh my content. It's contained this new keyword, and you wait until it cover, because you already capture, with very high ranking, with very high weighted ranking for this list of keyword. So then the work of optimization for you is very easy, right? You want to go on this kind of keyword list and then do that first. As you can see here, there's a bunch of cluster that having the same problems, right? This one, the same thing. I have this little keyword that I haven't had put in there yet. Maybe I want to include that as my PDF. I can put it in there. Hey, here's a 28 days Mediterranean diet meal plan printable in my content, and therefore I will be able to probably win the rest of the search volume here. Or if I look at two out of, this keyword list, this cluster over here, again, the same problems. I see I rank for only two, but then the rest three are empty. Go into each of these cluster, work on the content, make sure that they all cover every cluster keyword in there, and then work on the way you can deliver content so that Google will know that you are targeting all of them. Okay. You can also do the same thing as we did with optimizing the group of cluster that you already perform very well by put on weighted rank. So once you go into weighted rank, you'll see instantly that every cluster and topic that you rank very low. So free diet plan, meal plan free, these are number 10, right? You can click on the keyword and then you see over here what URLs are actually ranking number 10 and what you can do. Low carb meal plan and menu to improve your health. Again, same problems. Keyword and title are not matching, right? Imagine with this same, I mean, I have a 91, DA score. All I need to do, I come in here and I improve the name to free meal plans. That could be it. That could be right away. I will be able to capture this two keyword and get 4,300 search traffic instantly, right? So same thing, every cluster now, it has enough insight for you to decide very fast and very quick the path of action that you need to take, right? Particularly in terms of optimizing for your own website. So that's for healthcare, for Healthline. So you can use sort function here to do capture volume, capture keyword. You want to see, okay, I want to see how many keywords that I'm losing, that I want to see all the cluster that show me the amount of cluster keyword that I capture for example here, and I sorted least to from the small to the least to most, then I will be able to see, okay, each of these are now showing me from least keyword capture to most. I could do the other way. Here we'll see, 33 over 43, 3 over 8, so on and so forth. So this is there's many ways for you to play around. So be sure to understand all this number, what it means. 3 over 5, this number means the amount of keyword that you capture in each of the cluster. 2.4 here is a weighted rank, so average ranking. You want to see if cluster with lower ranking and then very high capture volume bar over here, you may not want to even take a look at it. You do pretty well. But then with keyword with cluster like this, hot diet plan, and you see that you are capturing like 1/10 of the total search volume that you can capture, and then the average ranking is so high, you need to go in here and you need to take a look, right? For example, you go in here and you could actually right away see what's the title and the URL, the content that you're actually working on. All right. So again, this is the second way for you to optimize for your own keyword, your own cluster, that you can improve your traffic, improve your content, improve your URL performance almost instantly, because every time you go in there, you'll be able to see right away what you do wrong that leads you to the result that it is. Okay, so that's the second way for you to optimize for cluster. The third way, over here, let's talk about the second outcomes. So that's optimization for your own content, right? Now let's talk about the content gap that you can build with the top, so that you can gain topical authority. So say you don't have, so say I'm gonna start focusing on this Healthline, okay? So let's say you go into domain, and one of the things that determine whether or not you are a domain authority is, for me, an easiest way to determine is cluster or topic that all top 5 domain in your keyword list rank for. It's that easy. For example, I click on Healthline, Eating Wealth, Medical News Today, Mayo Clinics, Good Housekeeping. Those are the top 5. I could add filter for these 5 domain. I'll do, all domain. Just a condition, let's say the first condition is
I want to see all the cluster that all of these domain have in common, meaning that all of these domain are ranking for all this cluster. I want this group of cluster that share by all these domain. Click apply, rank. I can say any keywords, right? So it doesn't matter. You know, they either part of cluster, non-part of the cluster, everything. Apply change. Right away, you got 32 topic and 60 cluster. And these are all of the top guys in this group that are ranking for, that I all share the ranking with. So if they all share, these are all top guys. You look at the domain authority over here, they are all high, very high domain authority, 91, 92, 92, 88, 77. Very high in domain authority. And the amount of capturing search volume are almost kind of similar zone. Of course, Healthline is exceptional here. But you can see that these five guys share the market are quite large. So then you then will determine, for example, for me, a very logical thing to say is, okay, these are all the topic that these guys are targeting on. They all target this topic. They all share this topic in their ranking. So then at least if I want to show Google, I am a domain authority in this subject, right? At least I need to do is to tell them that I also cover the content that these guys are ranking. You may not win this with them because they are so strong already, particularly if you are a new website or a medium way website and you want to go in here. It may not be the best, but it's a very good basis for you to start when you want to target a keyword list. You kind of want to tell Google that you are at least a domain authority. I know what I'm talking about by telling Google that I cover the topic and subject that the top guys, the top dogs in this keyword list are also covering, right? That way, Google will see that, okay, there's a common denominator between these guys and all the top guys. First, you have to establish that authority. And then only you target keywords that are quick wins and opportunity that for you to slowly gain your ranking ground. Okay, so click on this, do this filter, and the tool will show you right away this 32 topic. Well, what do you do next? The next thing you do is, again, domain focus. Let's say you are in the top 15. Let's say your website is Diet Doctor. So you are way out, right? The first thing you want to do is you click on Diet Doctor and you want to see what do you do that whether or not you actually rank for any of these cluster, right? Focus domain. And right away it show me, let's say capture a keyword. And it showed me about 4 topic over here. And just one cluster that I capture. This is keto diet list. That's good. Low carb marathon, I also capture pretty well here that I could, optimize so that I can cover also this keyword. Vegetarian, all right. And this, okay. By looking at this, I instantly know what am I missing. These are all of the cluster that I need to improve or I need to cover in order for me to kind of get into that same position as those guys in the top. Okay. So the way I do it is simply I click on domain, I click add a filter, I click exclude, exclude cluster. That choose my domain. My domain is Diet Doctor. Click apply, rank for any keyword. These are all the topic and cluster I need to cover in my content plan so that I appear to Google that I have the topical authority. As you can see here, none of these have my ranking. Of course, this top 10 ranking, so you can't really see, beyond top 10, top 20, top 30, you don't really see those. But you want to double check with your content planning as well, whether or not you already have this covered. And if you don't, you may want to do that, right? Focus on getting this done first. This is a very base ground foundation of what you need to cover to show Google that you have the topical authority. These are all the topic and keyword and cluster that the top dogs are ranking for. So do that. You can do the same thing to apply on keyword list to see other keyword that you need to cover as well on the keyword view, right? But I'm focused only on the cluster view today because it's one way for you to optimize the fastest. All right, so that is the second use case. The second use case is here is to identify that content gap that you can instantly work on and therefore find your topical authority cluster and topic to cover your content. Okay. Let me go over really quickly again. First, go on domain filter, include all the cluster that all top 5 domain. You can click on here, right? Remember, it's all cluster, the all domain, not any domain. Okay, and any means that any one of this domain. It doesn't. That to me, it's not. It doesn't make sense. It should be all domains, meaning that all of these top guys are sharing the rank for any of the keyword. Doesn't matter what, as long as they have keyword in it, you put it in here, right? So when they share this, it means that these are all the cluster that to Google, the top guys are covering. Okay, then you exclude, or you can include first, include all the cluster that your domain, it could be your domain here, rank for any keywords. Then you will see, okay, now I see that, these are all the cluster that I'm ranking for. I can optimize a little bit, and then you exclude this cluster to see all the cluster that you need to cover, which you have not covered yet. All right. So these are a little technical. So just rewind this part if you need to. We are working on this very specific sort of like playbook so you can use our keyword planner, because it's become so powerful now. It's just a little, because of how powerful it is, it's get a bit complex. That's why we put them down in sort of like a ebook format, and we will send out to all of you guys maybe after Chinese New Year, sometimes in March. All right. So that is the second use case that you can utilize right away with Keyword Planner to identify topical authority or clusters that you can apply. Okay. Now the third use case, this is the one where if you have a new website, you want to utilize utilize this, and that would be identified keyword that are quick wins and opportunity. Okay, there are many ways to do this. Many ways for you to actually do this. Let's start with the most basic way. All right, I'm gonna start focusing on this. The most basic way is to utilize weak spot. Like I shared earlier, weak spot means that it's represent the amount of weak of a website that have weak domain authority ranking for a certain keyword. So if a keyword that have 2 weak spot and above, put 2 applied, these cluster, for example, have 2 weak spot. Click on it, you'll see that, all right, this keyword have 2 weak spot over here. There's smartschoolwellness.org and then PTL4M. What does it mean? It means that you can actually right away focus on ranking this keyword. All right. So that's one way. The second way is you combine weak spot with, let's say, golden score. So you can do golden score, minimum of, let's say, 1.618. All right. Apply. And right here, you'll be able to see weak spot 4 and golden score have like 3. Golden score almost 1, which is own title only 3. So you can see this keyword, and right away you see, wow, this is a good keyword to target, because even a PDF are able to get on the top. Okay, there's like this website that you for sure can win. So it's this combination of different sort of filter that you could identify quick win very easy. So weak spot is one way, and then you can do something like weak spot that, and let's say search volume, like I was sharing earlier. You can do also search volume. Is it volume? Volume. Here we go. Minimum, let's say 100 light. And now you'll be able to see all the keywords that have minimum search volume of 100 and then have weak spot of 2 and golden score of 1. These are good keywords to target, right? Again, over here, you'll be able to see all this keyword that you could, work on right away. Now, another way for you to do this, the second way, is you can use domain filter. So let's say you click on this overview, you sort it backward. You can choose filter. You click on filter rules, you add a filter, you will show include cluster that, and you input in here all these social media website, example, Facebook. The best way for you to do it is actually have a list of social media on, on a Google Sheet or something, and then copy, paste into this. Facebook, your Twitter. All right. And then you got, let's say, Pinterest. Pinterest, then you have Reddit, then you have YouTube. All right, let's say that. Okay. And then any of these domain, click apply. So include cluster that any of these domain rank in the range. You can do, in the range from 1 to 5. So what does it mean? It means that I want to see all the cluster of keyword, of any keyword, that the top 5 position include any of this social media, meaning a social media website that are ranking on the top 1 to 5. Now, this is the easiest way. Right away, you will be able to see keyword that, let's say you click on this and wait, oh, why is this? Any of this keyword, rank 1 to 5, or keyword. Oh, here we go. Sorry, it has to be all keyword. So for example, you click on this, you see that Reddit top 5, all right? These are all Reddit that planning on the top and power. But as you can see, some of these are brand. So you may want to do non-brand, no brand, apply, and here we go. Now you click on this, you'll see Pinterest and Reddit on top. And this one have search volume 880, right? So meal plan Reddit, nourishing meal, athlete, meal plan breakfast. Again, you will get Reddit on the top. So it's also very easy way for you to figure out keyword that are in this. And you could do, again, domain focus into the keyword, into the website that you have. For example, mine is diet doctor. Click on it, and I don't rank for any, right? So right now I have none of this. I have not cover any of this. I could practically go in here and then work on all this keyword all at once right away. So those are one way for you to use domain filter to kind of optimize or find out all the content gap with very quick wins keyword. Quick wins with social media, quick wins with website that have domain authority lower than or low domain authority. You can also find it by Wixspot. So yep, those are the way for you to optimize. You can also find the last one is the last one I want to share here would be you can also figure out in your domain filter. Let's say I want to focus on diet doctor, and then I want to filter out the top. Let's say clear 4, and I'll clear this, and then I go and I'll do no, sorry, here. So I want to do the top 5. Any of these domain, or I'll do all this domain. So I choose all of the domain in the top 5. I include all the cluster that rank for any keyword. I exclude all the cluster, sorry, meaning that I want to see the gap between all of this top 5 domain, all right, that have ranking for versus me. So they are all ranking for a bunch of domain. I want to see domain that they don't rank for. Now I want to target that because I don't want to deal with, for example, this keyword. For example, I click apply change, and right away I got 51 topic. From here, I could do Wixspot, minimum 3, apply, and then bam, you get a list of all cluster that the top 5 are not targeting, and yet you have, and that Wixspot is high, and search volume you can do, let's say minimum 1,000, apply, and bam, you get a list of 10 topic, a bunch of cluster, 30-day carnivore diet meal plan. No one's combine on this yet. Again, very easy for you to target, to play around. So these are another content gap angle. I don't want to deal with the top 5. I want to all the cluster top 5 are not targeting, that have very high weak spot, have more weak spot, and then also have at least have search volume of like 1,000. I want to target those keywords. Quick wins, but then good search demand. So this works really well with keyword lists that you have. More people, the more keyword lists that you have, the better. So imagine keyword planner is like a machine to filter, help you filter all this, right? So the way you determine the use case, this is just some of the use case. I mean, the more we work on this, the more we figure out there's so many different use cases that you can do. It just requires a bit patient to play around with all the filter, because even for us as creator, we cannot figure, we don't know how many way for you to actually work it out. But I know there are 3 outcomes that you can achieve with it, like I was sharing earlier. Identify content gap that you can gain topical authority with the top 5. Identify content gap that you can get quick wins, just like I was sharing with you earlier. Identify right away keyword that are really easy to rank. And finally is identify the content gap between you and your potential ranking of the cluster. So you see yourself versus all the cluster that you rank part of it, and then you optimize it, right? So those are 3 things, very easy to understand use case that I just walked through. Hopefully that, that's something, helpful for you guys. If you find these are helpful, please comment your thoughts on this new update in the chat, and what kind of updates you are expecting, what kind of outcome or use case that you expecting. And also, if you have your own particular use case that you are utilizing our tool with, let us know, shoot us an email, send us some stuff so that we can share with others. Just hashtag WriterZen in it. We will also, we'll also, if you get anything confused on this, we'll send you a user guide that we are updating a series of videos on this lesson. All right. So interact with us, send us some stuff, right? Comment down below your thoughts. And then we will then from there figure out what we can do next for you guys. Okay, so those are the 3, big use case that I share. I think there's some Q&A session over here. Let me click on it real quick. Okay, so there's a few questions that I gather. Over here, the first question is, will domain authority bring similar functionality as low fruit, rank item, and shell? No need for those anymore. I would say yes. You can see, as you can see, the keyword planner now has everything other tool has. We will update domain type. So at that point, you will actually be able to do social media and then forum very soon. That will be, one of the updates for sure that we'll have in the future. So that is what we offer. Not only that, we offer cluster and consumer insights, labeling, intent. It's very complex now. Would like to know this use case for domain filter. I think we share a little bit in the last webinar, and also this one. Will the DA matrix be available in Keyword Explorer 2 or only Planner? I asked this Planner, there's false cluster which use credit. I only need matrix. At the moment, we only utilize it for Keyword Planner. So we basically, Keyword Explorer is for you to get all your keyword ideas. And the idea here is that you will want to combine so many different keyword lists and then pump it into Keyword Planner. And it's become a centralized hub for all of your insight, including cluster, including your domain filter, including your content gap, tool, weak spot, so on and so forth. Everything will be centralized in Keyword Planner. How do you spot weak domain since there's no DR? There's a way for you to do it, just like just as we were sharing. Domain authority essentially is another way to identify the DR. I think for honestly for keyword research purposes, with all the domain that we put, all the filter we provide, it's more than enough for you to do very, very extensive keyword research progress. Can you add domain filter in Keyword Explorer? Not yet, not really any near future. I think at the moment you still have to use Keyword Planner to do so. So yeah, so I think that's that for the webinar today. I think we did it on very close timing, but I hope I deliver a 3 use case in a clear manner. I really look forward if you guys can just send us more questions in regard to this. and also use case that you find that are helpful that you are utilizing WriterZen with. And from there, we could basically maybe build another webinar based on those. And we can do another webinar when we figure out more use cases that we could share with you guys. Yeah. So that's that for today. So I hope you have a great break. For those who are in Asia and APAC area, or you share with us with the Chinese New Year in Vietnam, be Tet holiday coming up. And for those who in Western country, I mean, Happy New Year still. Now that is beginning of the new year. So enjoy your week, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Thank you.